Why I believe that letting your desires control you is probably one of the most dangerous things you can do. Now, of course, there's different types of desires. There's ones that are good. The desire to be better, to improve on yourself, and to conquer. Those are the good desires. But there are also bad desires. Desires that you want to do because it gives you that little bit of dopamine hit. It's like a drug. Pretty sure you guys can guess what it is. Porn through your phone. Nothing important there. And most of the time when you're scrolling through social media, you're definitely not being taught something and watching pointless stuff like cartoons, movies, and anime. Now, if any of these are a necessity for your job, then do it. But 99% of us they're not a necessity. We don't need to masturbate every single 5 seconds. We don't need to go on Instagram every 5 seconds, and we definitely don't have to watch any movies, any cartoons, or any anime to live. So why do I call them dangerous? Sure, they can not be very healthy, but why are you making it so dangerous, Anonymous? Well, I believe when you let these desires control you, because there are times where, I didn't want to whack my meat, but guess what I did? I went to the bathroom and I did it. What did it feel good? No. I just did it because that little bit of dopamine hit. And that in that short period of time, it's like doing a drug. And there are times where I don't want to go on Instagram, or I don't have Instagram, but there are times where I don't want to go on YouTube and just watch videos. Yet I still do it, or yet people still do it. I've stopped myself from masturbating. I've stopped myself from doing all this by using the power of the mind. You can control yourself with your brain. That's what I've learned. And it's people know that you can control yourself with your brain, but I don't think people understand it, because if they did, I'll be honest, most of the times it's very hard to get an addiction when you can control yourself and you know how to control yourself. Again, why is it so dangerous? Well, it relates back to the mind control. When you can't even control yourself to a point where you do it mindlessly, then you're slowly losing your control. The more you don't control, the less you can control, and the harder it is to control. That's why it's dangerous. You lose the control. The ability to control your life, the ability to control what you do with your hands, the ability to control everything. And when you can't even control your own mind, what can you control? You can't control the weather. You can't control anything except for your mind. But even lose that, I believe you're almost done as a human being. So how do you stop? How do you stop? Because I'm sure many of you don't want to lose control of your own mind. You don't want to lose control of your own body. Well, take one thing away that you do every single day that is pointless. Like, maybe you scroll through your phone too much. So, that day, take away that ability. And when you want to, use your mind and control yourself. Don't justify it. And if you're justifying the fact that you have all this hours spent on Instagram because it's important, then there's something horribly wrong already. You shouldn't be trying to justify it. If you are truly using it for communication purposes only, phone number's fine. If they have Instagram, most likely they have a phone. Now, if they truly don't have a phone or whatever, you can use Discord or just an app that won't bother you. Don't try to justify it. Everybody knows it's wrong to spend hours upon hours on Instagram, yet people still do it. Take away Instagram. Take away something. And regain that control. And after regaining control of one thing, move on. Okay, so I'm not using Instagram anymore. I have a lot of time. I'll start a business, whatever. I'll do that, right? Cool. But now you realize you have another thing. Masturbation. You whack your meat too much. Okay. Take away that. Use your mind and control your mind. And I believe if you can do that, you can start taking control over everything in your life. If you feel like you have no control of your life, this is how you get it. This is how you get control back into your life. This is how you feel like you are the mastermind of your mind. Because not many people feel it nowadays. Let's be honest. Not many people can just get off their phones and say, well, I'm gonna focus on homework for today. I'm in school. I've experienced school for 10 years already. Basically 10 years. Almost nobody can even control their minds. And it's truly saddening, because the reason why I don't do homework, well, it's because I don't care about school. But they care about school, and yet they still don't do it. That's the sad part about it. So take control of your life. Get rid of these habits. Get rid of these, or not get rid of it, because you can never truly get rid of desires. But control your desires. Understand your desires. Dive deep into yourself. And that's how you live life. That's how you have to live life. Or unless you want to be not in control, try it out. Maybe it'll work. Maybe, and even if it doesn't work, I would say, if you dive deeper, if you understand your desires more, understand yourself more, you've learned a valuable lesson. Even if you relapse, you learned. Guess what? I'm gonna promise you that most likely you're gonna try to do it one more time, but this time you're gonna get further and further until you never relapse ever again, and you have total control.